How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Looking Glass Podcast, your place for everything Grand Archive. My name is Travis, and I'm here with Dalton and Corey. Same time, same place every week. And I'm gonna do a bit of a shorter episode today. There's a few things to talk about, not too much. So gonna try not to drag it out too awful long. Um, so we're gonna just to go over tonight's agenda real quick. We are going to discuss some of the spoilers that came out this past week, our last episode. Talk a little bit about Ascent LA, which is coming up next weekend. And we are going to do a little short look back on our season. Things things we liked, things we didn't like, things we thought we could improve on, stuff like that. Seeing as it's our 20th episode, congratulations, guys. So, I guess I will kick it over to Dalton if he wants to kick off our spoilers while I get the link shared out.
If I remember correctly, we ended on the suited stuff last week, right?
I believe the blue suited stuff was the last thing that we had.
So, the next one is combustible potion. Hero cost brew 2 herbs. On enter a combustible potion with brewed, draw 2 and discard 1. Sacrifice combustible potion, deal 2 damage to target unit.
Can you clear up your mic by chance? You sound like a really I don't know, it's not clear.
I mean, this is about as clear as I can get because I had to swap earbuds because my other earbuds got caught in a compactor today.
Okay, that explains it. Sorry, go ahead. I just wanted to point it out.
Yep. So basically, it's just creative shock on in the form of a Fantasia item that's going to stick to the board. They can just sack to deal 2 damage to a target unit. The next one is Alchemist Cauldron. Aerosana bonus 3. It's a regalia item. You pay 3 into it, banish it, gather twice for the rest of the game, ignore elemental requirements for non-advanced element potions you activate. I never played Aerosana and potions, so I have no idea if that's good or not.
Yeah, I figured I'll wait for you to kind of go over all of them, and then we'll talk about this first set here.
Okay. And the last one for Aerosana would be Supernova Divination. It has Spell Shroud. It's a unique Fantasia that costs 6. Aerosana bonus at the beginning of each player's recollection phase. Whenever you star call a card, put a divination counter on Supernova Divination. Then if there are 10 divination counters on Supernova Divination, sacrifice it. If you do, all units you don't control lose all abilities until end of turn. Then deal 25 unpreventable damage to each of them.
Oh, I have dabbled a good bit with Aerosana and everything, so I will say that all 3 of those cards are bangers. Especially that ultimate. That ultimate is really good. And then the one before it was really good. The potion's all right. Like it's good. It's just not it's definitely not on par with the other 2. Yeah. Lots of good Aerosana support there, like that, in my opinion.
I mean, I'll trust you because I never tested Aerosana, so.
I mean, fair enough. What about you, Corey?
I think they're all good. Yeah, that potion. I mean, that regalia, the fact that it's 0 cost and you can kind of just bring it out after you hit level 1 means you won't have to worry about having too many dead cards in your hand. Though I will say that if they can destroy it, it'll kind of suck. Maybe gaining Spell Shroud would have been better, but I think it's balanced enough to where hey, you can play every color potion in that's not advanced element, even though I don't think there is any advanced element potions, or that kind of makes me think that we
No,
might.
there is.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there's right now. There's a few that exist, and there's more coming with the set that we already talked about before. Um, as far as the cauldron goes, I just want to ask real quick. Was that an on enter like for the rest of the game? You get that ability, or is it only as long as the cauldron's out?
I mean, it's as whenever you banish it. So when you pay 3 and banish it, you gain that ability for the rest of the game.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
it's banned. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's really good then.
I never read that before.
That's really good.
Oh,
So yeah, you gain access to all color potions that aren't advanced element. And honestly, the only advanced element potions are in Astra anyway, so you're good.
Yeah, I don't really know other.
So the ones that exist right now there's the one that comes in the Arisana starter deck itself, like the ALC one. I think it's Condensed Supernova, I believe is what it's called. And then it deals to the whole board. I think it's all non-Astra stuff, if I remember correctly. It deals to the whole board level damage and when you pop it, and then there's another one called it's something Starlight, and it allows you to duplicate a potion's effect 3 times. So what you would do, it like the kill combo for before RDO and stuff was you would use that first potion on the second potion, and it would deal a stupid amount of damage 3 times. Or you could use it on a potion like that lets you draw 2 cards and draw 6. So it the problem with those potions is they require a lot of herbs to brew, and they're extremely expensive. I think one of them is like a 6 cost and the other one's an 8 cost. No, it's 7.
Yeah.
The other one's 7. So they want you to brew it because it was like 5 herbs to brew. But the combo is really good if you can get it off. And like with all the herb support and stuff, like that's gonna make that combo even easier to get. But sorry, I cut you off. I did cut you off there, Corey. Like, did you have any more thoughts as far as those go?
And then the I guess the ultimate it's yeah, the supernova divination, like that's probably I think one of the strongest alts we've seen so far. It doesn't seem like it's hard to it definitely doesn't seem hard to get 10 divination counters on Arisana, considering how often I watch my Arisana opponent play their turn for 10 minutes while they dig through their entire deck. Yeah, 20 and that 25 damage is nothing to scoff at. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, when they said they wanted these ultimates to be like game-ending effects, I was pretty impressed by seeing some of these.
Yeah, some of them, yeah, definitely. Especially the ones that we see this week.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait to get to the one.
Yeah, but yeah, like definitely Arisana is definitely the one that says die. Like, if you're not a guardian, die. So.
All right, fair enough.
I'm definitely These ones seem really fun. I'm definitely excited to kind of try it out.
Yep.
Especially since they're kind of reprinting the Arisana starter deck. So with the RDO stuff.
Yep. All right, Dalton, what's next?
Next one is 8 cost action, Heartsong Reclamation, and Terra. This is the Tamer ultimate for Sylvie. Destroy all regalia you don't control. Until end of turn, animal and beast allies and/or beast allies you control gain cleave. And Sylvie bonus, put 5 buff counters on each animal and/or beast ally you control. And then in the little three that we got for that one, the next one is 2 cost Spurred Gallop. It's an action card, Tamer Horse Skill. The next horse ally card you activate this turn can be activated as though it had fast activation. Draw a card into your memory. The next horse ally card you activate this turn costs 2 less to activate. And the last one at 3 is 2 cost Meteoric Slime. Pride 3. Class bonus at the beginning of your end phase, glimpse 2, then reveal the top 2 cards in your deck. When you do, as a spell, deal X damage to target unit, where X is the lowest reserve cost among the revealed cards.
All right, yeah, a lot to unpack there. I think out of all of those, I really like the Sylvie alt the most. I think that's the other two are all right. But I think the Sylvie alt was the better one. The ability to just blow up all other regalia and stuff is kind of nuts.
I mean, Pantheon, that card is completely insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Corey, your thoughts?
Yeah, the Silvio, it's probably like the regalia thing, like the regalia destruction is just nice because the Silvio doesn't scream like I'm gonna win the game this turn, but I'm definitely gonna get you there, and like it's an 8 cost, so it's not like I don't know if you can preserve this. Can you? Like can you only preserve cards that say preserve, or can you preserve any tarot card you want? Because like if you can preserve this is kind of scary.
Yeah, it's
but yeah, it's definitely like 5/5/5 on every animal you can control. So like if you have a big board, it definitely can set up game ending because every beast has cleave, which is scary. Though I think just giving one of them would have been enough.
That reminds me of like a classic green magic card, where like
Yeah,
everything gets trample, everything gets like
yeah.
plus whatever amount of damage, trample, lifesteal, blah blah blah. Like
I'm going to tell you this. The Sylvie ult is Craterhoof Behemoth, which is one of the best main deck cards for Magic the Gathering and Commander.
mhm.
And it basically gives the board +X, +X, and trample.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely like really cool, and like you can just kind of play this back to back like every turn, especially if you don't manage to kill them. Like, but I think at this point, like this late in the game, if you could afford it, like, and the destroying all the regalia is just that alone is just devastating. Especially depending on the type of deck that your opponent plays.
So this goes with
Mhm.
Sylvie's original, like this is definitely fitting to the original Sylvie combo, where you hold on to your woodland squirrels and you just play a bunch of 0-cost woodland squirrels, and then you would use Virtus to pump them up. But now you can just do this and give them all +5/+5 and cleave.
Yeah, that's
Just drop 4 squirrels on the board and be like, all right, bro, you about to get messed up.
yeah. The next one, because like I've been, was it Spurred Gallop? That's really good. I think like, considering one of the other horse cards that we got this, like this week, Spurred Gallop definitely got a lot better in my mind. But like just giving any horse fast activation is just super good. And you get a draw a card into memory, and the next horse card costs 2 less. So like this card is sick.
Yeah, I like Spurred Gallop.
Yeah,
It's pretty solid.
yeah, it's expeditious opening basically, but like better.
Mhm.
And then meteoric slime. What is it? Glimpse two.
That one
No,
I'm not so like that one didn't really like hit very well. Like I feel like that's kind of gonna get
it's a pantheon card. That's what
yeah
I'm kind of saying.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think Sylvie is gonna play this like outside of Pantheon, but it's always nice to get another slime.
Yep.
More cards to the pile.
All right, Dalton. What's our next three?
I'm gonna let Corey do these three.
Oh, Corey, go for it.
All right. This one is definitely the talk of the week. I think. Solomon, Master of Elements, 7 cost, Norm EX. He's a unique ally. Cleric Mage Human, if that matters. On enter, you may discard all cards in your hand and memory. If you do, generate an Arcane Sight, Astrocyte, Crux Sight, Exia Sight, Luxum Sight, Neo Sight, Terra Sight, and Umbra Sight. All of them. All of the sites. And put them into your memory. For the rest of the game, ignore the elemental requirements of the cards you activate with the same name as one of the generated cards. And he's a 4/4. Honestly, like this guy is really nutty because like you can just kind of blink him in and out and just get like infinite sights. But you basically like what I got from this is free Sylvie Terrasite, so free GCR. Like this guy is kind of nutty.
He's nutty for a lot of reasons. So, like, not only do you gain access to every advanced element at that point, but it completely gives you a brand new hand, and all of those sites individually, bring something of their own to the table, and some of those are even a +2. Like, who am I kidding? Some like because like Umbra Sight and Neo Sight draw you 2 if you meet certain requirements.
Yeah. Neo Sight, you just need 10 cards on the board.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that one's gonna be a
8
bit
cards on the
difficult
board.
to achieve.
Yeah, outside of Tony, yeah.
But Umbra Sight, you just put it. I mean, that's the other downside is you lose the Umbra Sight, but you can generate another one. So
Well, that's the thing, yeah. Like if you play like green, you can like if you play him in wind, you basically just keep displacing him back, and then like I think there's a few chats I'm in, and they were talking about like you could essentially, if you play this right, like possibly get like 16 Umbra sites if you really wanted to. Like, sorry, like 16, like just all the sites, but
yeah, this is gonna be a wacky card to actually see.
He's really good in Tony, I think, because this is a lot of really nice advantage for Tony, because like one of his biggest things is like card advantage, like after you hit 3, but like though you still need to pay 7 to play him, but
well, in Tony,
like,
you just use your domains.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. If you get Eternal Kingdom, like I really hope there's a way in future, like hopefully with the rest of these reveals this month, give him a way to dig for domains like he does in Pantheon, because like that scavenge 10 domain is pretty sick. Like, but next card. We finally have our own black hole, Lava Storm, 4 cost, Fire EX, Mage Spell, destroy all allies.
Yep, that's Dark Hole, all right.
Yeah, thankfully it's a slow speed spell, although it being fast would be holy fuck. Yeah, that card's good. Die. The next one is this one is funny. Dynastic Whirlpool, 3-cost water exalted card. Also slow spell or slow speed. Each opponent puts the top 15 cards of their deck into the graveyard.
Peace.
Yes, Gembu go burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess Water Assassin Mill too, right? Since that's been kind of getting up there as well.
Oh, thank goodness it's exalted.
Yeah, I would say like Nico would be. Come on, level 3 Nico, baby. Like, she needs this. Give her this. Yeah, she may be able to mill 42, but she'll be able to mill 15 more.
We gotta be careful because the spoiler we got today, that I know we're not there yet, but that new Foster unit will look at this card and laugh.
Yeah. I'm still curious to see how that card will play out in the meta.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, I think all 3 of these are really solid cards. The fire one's just kind of nutty. Just burn. And yeah, Solomon, old man beard. I like him.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of really good like end-game stuff. Like, I'm excited to see all this end-game stuff and not so much low to the ground. You know, we're gonna burn out a game before, like, one of those, like, you sit down and you stand back up 10 minutes later because you got paired up against fire aggro or something. So, I know Dalton's holding off for, like, I know there's 2 sets that he's excited for that have been spoiled this week, and I think we're coming up on the first one. Is that the next set of 3, Dalton? The one with, like, the water fireball in it?
No, the next one, I think it's the Merlin stuff.
Oh, that's right. You got... Go ahead and cover it, Corey.
Alright. So, this one is interesting. We finally get Merlin's ult. And it's definitely probably one of the most Merlin cards I've ever seen. Facet the Forgotten, 5-cost, Crux, Unique Fantasia, Assassin / Mage ultimate spell. Merlin bonus on enter. Look at target's memory, or target opponent's memory. You may activate a card from among them without paying its costs and ignoring its elemental requirements. If you do, your opponents can't play cards with the same name as the activated card for as long as you control Fast of the Forgotten.
Ugh. Yeah, that's...
Yeah,
it's so rough.
Like, you could possibly whiff on this, especially, like, I think, like, now this card exists, if you know you're playing Merlin, you have to be careful what you put in your memory.
So, Assassin Merlin, I know, can utilize this a lot better than regular Merlin can, because Assassin Merlin, she like has a built-in, like, look at your opponent's memory, pluck a card from it, and if they don't play it before their end turn, then they lose it permanently. So you can actually get a good look at what your opponent has and play around certain things to make them, like, you can use, like, orb of
Healing.
Enfeebling Orb, that one.
Oh yeah,
Enfeebling Orb to make them put stuff down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can. Ew,
yeah. So basically,
Generate
you can use Merlin's
Orb.
effect to peak, because you do it at the end of your turn. Like, when you have enough Sheen counters for her effect, you get to look at their memory and kind of plan that out.
Yeah, the way I feel about this is, like, I don't think Merlin's gonna get two different types of ultimates, because at that point Tony will as well. Because there is 2 different Tony level 3s, and I guess, like, Tristan as well. but this one feels like both Merlins can use it. One can use it better, but the other one is kind of like, hey, I'm Fireball Merlin, and now I can activate your ultimate because you were careless. Die. Especially, I'm thinking of like one ultimate that just got announced today. Wait, well, though I think that you need Warrior for that, but yeah, the thing is, I don't think they can really use a lot of the ultimates that effectively outside of like maybe Sylvie's, because like Arisana's needs set up, Kong Ming needs set up, and Dao Chan is just weird.
A lot
yeah.
of Diao Chan stuff is weird.
But
it's
you
a
can
really weird
use
play
your
style.
opponent's Shadow Strike though, which is I find kind of funny.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta get off. I'm having an emergency at one of our sites, and I have
Okay.
no idea what. And so, if I finish it beforehand, I'll rejoin. If not, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem, man. So sounds like Dalton's got to get going, guys. So Corey and I will we will steady on.
Yeah. Next one. I don't really know much about Assassin Merlin stuff, so I'm kind of deferring to you. But Sparkling Adornment, as an additional cost to activate this card, remove one or more sheen counters from an object on the field. Put X sheen counters on target unit where X is the amount of counters removed. Merlin bonus float, and it's a slow speed.
I mean, it's all right. It's definitely not the best.
Yeah, and then a Fire Merlin card. One cost focal intensity. It's an assassin spell. Deal 1 damage to target unit. Merlin bonus, you remove 2 sheen counters from your fractured memories. If you do, put 2 prep counters on your champion. And it's a fast speed.
It's all right. Like
Yeah.
honestly, the ultimate took the thunder from those three.
Yeah. Yeah, like the ultimate's definitely like it's scary because like depending on what you put down, like Merlin can just play anything. Like some things, I think it's balanced to a point where like you just can't take something and use it like if you don't have like the other requirements for the card, but you also seal it. So like if you can seal your opponent's ult, like if you nail Arisana's, then Arisana can't use it anymore until they get rid of the Fantasia.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like what you see, you can just keep playing these and destroying the other one and just peeping and seeing what is in your opponent's memory.
I mean, ultimately though, you are still taking that card to use it. So at the end of the day, you're plucking a card at the end of your turn. And if they don't play it, they lose it permanently. And then if you play the Fantasia, you're plucking another card. So basically, like, Merlin is literally going to ransack your memory.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say that you take the card. It says you may activate it, but like, is it you actually like?
I mean, so you got to think like at that point in the game, there's got to be something worth playing at that point.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Oh yeah, your opponent will have something. Like whether it be a sight or like hell, like if you're playing against fire or creative shock, like there's something in there that you can activate your opponent's fucking horse if they need it.
I mean, yeah, so and if you happen to find something that's like a key to something, you're gonna be shutting off, especially if you hit level 3 first and you're able to do that. You'll be able to stop like key components because most of the time early on you're putting down your advanced element stuff anyway because you can't use it in hand.
Yeah, like if you ramp faster than your opponent and you pop this fucker down after you hit level 3,
Yep.
you can seal a game with this. I think early enough, because the fact that this is a 5 cost is absolutely insane.
Yeah, if you hit the right card on them, like you just outright take it. Like this card is going to I think if utilized properly and played at like the right linchpin of the game, it's definitely gonna steal games.
Yeah. But now let's get to the next one.
Yep.
Let's see, Schwartz Castler. 3
Oh yeah,
cost.
this is the other rook.
Yeah, 3 cost wind ally guardian chessman rook. Commanded will 1. Alice bonus on enter if an opponent controls a unit with an even life stat summoned a pawn piece, and he's a 1/4. He's okay. Really weird requirement, but
I was telling Dalton I still don't understand why they added another rook when we already have a rook. I would have much rather them like added, and I'm sure it's coming, but I would have much rather seen like the bishop or something for wind that they haven't shown yet.
Yeah. This one though, this next card is absolute insanity for fractals. This is Fractal Waves. 3 cost water, Fantasia, Fractal. Whenever your champion levels up into a champion with a base level 3, you may sacrifice Fractal Waves. If you do, draw 2 cards into memory.
Yeah, this card, man, it's so good.
It like if you it just kind of reminds me of just opening up with like 2 or 3 Razor Gale. You just go Fractal Waves.
What's the cost on it?
3.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, and it has reservable, so you can use it to pay for more fractal.
Yeah, you just so like that's the only downside is like you do use it as a fractal, but you get like a bunch of hand advantage if you have multiple of these on the board.
Yeah.
Go to 3.
You will explode when you level up. It is crazy.
I like this especially for going into Terra Diao-Chan.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Because right now, the best way to go Terra with Diao-Chan is to play Fire, when you realistically want to play Water, because that's what the structure deck or the Recollection deck for her originally was. And it just always felt like it came up short, especially once they banned the new Fractal that came out for that deck, because it was too good. It's nice to have another Fractal that will generate you a bunch of advantage at that point and just kind of set you up for your like.
Yeah, and level 1 Fractals can't use this either, which is nice.
Well, they can use it as just a base Fractal.
Well, yeah, but I mean that they won't get the obscene advantage.
But this goes back to what I was saying before. Like, I'm glad that it's nice to see all of this level 3 support finally. Like, it's way overdue.
Yeah. And the last card of this bunch is Alia. Yeah. The picture I have is a little scuffed. Alia Zephyr's Hand.
Oh, this thing is so good.
Yeah, 3 cost, Wind Exalted, unique ally. Fast activation. 3 cost 3 or pay 3 as a spell. Suppress another target ally item, or weapon. This ability costs 3 less to activate the first time you activate it, and it's a 2/3.
So basically, what it is, it's Zephyr with a bot.
Well, yeah, it's so funny. Like Zephyr's Hand, it's like this is crazy. This card is. So
it
good.
comes out basically, and since you paid for it already, your first Zephyr is free, and then anytime after that, you have to pay the cost.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, I know Fern is like buying a playset of this CSR when
Yeah,
it got announced.
it's really good. So wait, so the Zephyr part of the effect, what does that read exactly?
Pay 3 as a spell, suppress another target ally, item, or weapon, and it costs 3 less to activate the first time you activate it.
Okay, see, they thought about this. That's why it says another, because if they
Yeah.
didn't, this would have been busted in Byakko.
Yeah.
However, you can still bust this in Byakko because what you do is use Byakko to reset this, and then when it comes back out, it'll be the first time again. Then you can get a free Zephyr on something else. Like let's say, like it basically starts a chain where if you have Baby Green out there, you go Baby Green. It's like a triangle. Baby Green resets Byakko. Byakko resets Zephyr's hand. Zephyr's hand free Zephyrs the Baby Green.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps looping. And you don't have to pay for the Zephyr. If I'm reading or hearing this correctly or reading into this, because it says the first time.
So like when she hits the board, basically you can activate this once for free.
Yep.
And then you can continue to activate it as long as you have 3 in hand.
Yeah, so basically if you use Byakko to suppress her, she comes back reset, and then she should have a freebie again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's exactly.
So basically, you freebie the Baby Green. The Baby Green will Zephyr Byakko to reset Byakko, and then Byakko will be able to reset Zephyr.
Yeah. And it's solid stat line too.
So basically you only have to pay for Byakko to get that triangle rolling. Because Zephyr's hand is free once it's out there. And then once Baby Green's out there, it just sits there waiting to reset anyway. So by paying 4, you get this loop that's just crazy.
We love Zephyr loops.
But that's good for Byakko though. It'd be nice to see more Byakko stuff. So.
Oh yeah, and we still need. I think we have two. Avatars left after this week.
Yep.
So.
All right,
I'm excited to see Byakko. Yeah.
So what's next?
The next one is Pearled Prayer. 2 cost, Water Exalted. Draw a card into your memory. If you activated this card during your main phase, recover 7. Otherwise, recover 4.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's...
Water's got some pretty crazy stuff coming its way, although it still suffers.
This week is the week of Water, I'm calling it. Like, I'm going to say, because Water got so much good stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of it still suffers from nullifying lanterns, so...
Yeah! But yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
My favorite card of this week, Floodward Steed. 3 cost, Water Horse. On enter, put a bulwark counter on target ally. And this is a new keyword, I think. If combat damage will be dealt to an ally with any bulwark counters on it, remove 1 and prevent that damage instead. And it's a 1/4.
Not bad. And then, if I remember correctly, I think I heard there was like a ruling with it or something that like that bulwark counter, the way it has something to do with the way that the damage or whatever.
Yeah, there's like a new taunter that like you can basically have Floodward Steed eat this counter first, and if you have a way to reset Floodward Steed, the counter always goes first, so technically like they have to hit the unit twice to kill it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. And then one of the big cards this week, Avatar of Gembu. 3 cost, water, unique ally, Guoja bonus, Deluge 12. As long as you have 12 or more water element cards in your graveyard, Avatar of Gembu gets a +2 and +2 attack, +2 health, and has taunt and vigor. Then its next effect, another Guoja bonus, pay 2, sacrifice Avatar of Gembu, put 2 quest counters on your champion, then you may put a card named Fable, Fatestone, Sapphire, or Fabled Sapphire or Fatestone from your material deck or banishment onto the field. And he's a 1/4. So as long as you have 12 water and grave, he's a 3/6.
The fact that these avatars have the ability, because I think the fire one had the ability to put the fire fate stone out, right?
Yes, I think that's going to be a running theme.
Yeah, that's really good, especially since, like, you know, playing Pantheon the other day. I know my kid Jace, he was playing the Guoja list. Having more cards to get those stones out is going to be insane.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what Byakko gets. Sirio, I'm very scared. I'm very scared to see what Sirio gets. But
yeah, this enables multi-stone lists basically. So now you can play one of the ones that like ramps you for sure, and then play the avatar. Like basically, you play the color of the avatar that you want. So, basically that means like dragon can be mixed in with like anything at this point.
yeah.
Kind of scary. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah. Very
Next
good
up,
card.
yeah. Yeah, very good. Next up is the Jin stuff. This is
Oh, I'm so excited. I love this stuff. Is so good.
yeah, I'm excited too.
God, this stuff is so good. Like literally best ult in game so far.
Yeah, hemorrhaged intimidation, 1 cost, Exia, warrior skill, fast speed, draw a card, activate this card only during an opponent's recollection phase. So you got to remember that because that is important, especially if you miss the timing. Draw a card into your memory, class bonus. The next card your opponent activates this turn costs 1 more to costs 1 more to activate for every 8 damage counters on your champion. If this is late game, Jin just says you don't get to play a card this turn.
Yep.
Or you only get to play 1 card this turn.
I mean, yeah, like if you have enough damage on you, you can essentially, if they don't have a big enough hand size, or you're able to like, you know, tax them out or whatever, you can time walk them.
Yeah.
Because they won't be able to play anything. It's really good because so it's for every 8 damage you have. So if you think, if your life cap is what 35, I think is the max for Jin. So 8 and 8 is 16. So 4 times that's 32 damage. Like if you're on 32 damage, and they can only kill you during your end phase. So if you're able to even put yourself up to like a decent number there, even just at 32 damage, you're taxing them 4 on their next card. So it's nothing to scoff at for sure.
Then comes the Limitless Defiance, 12 cost, Action Warrior ultimate skill. For each damage counter on your champion, banish the top card of your deck. Jin bonus, until the end of turn, you may activate warrior action or warrior attack cards banished this way without paying their reserve cost. When you do, wake up your champion.
Yep. This is a kill card for sure. Because it's like you basically just, especially if you find like a good number of Exia cards at this point, this card basically reads, because what's the mill count for that?
For each damage counter on your champion.
Okay, yeah, so basically you can go down if you wanted to like no cards in deck at that point. So basically, your entire deck is playable to you if you've set it up properly.
So,
And
yeah.
each time you wake up your champion. So you can literally just like swing in, play a copy of Proof of Life, play a copy of Enraged, damage the crap out of yourself, swing in again. If they stop that, do it again, swing in again. Like, this card literally turns your deck into like your life force, basically. Like, this is the epitome of throwing everything and the kitchen sink at your opponents.
Yeah, random bullshit go.
So it is such a good card. Like, it literally, like I just said, it is literally, I throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. Like, if I'm gonna die this turn, you have to be able to answer whatever remains in my deck because I don't have to pay anything for it.
Yeah, so I wonder, so the way this reads, so if you have, like, let's say you somehow have 40 damage counters on Jin, and you banish 40, but you only have 38 in deck, do you kill yourself?
No, because you're not drawing. The only time that you
that's
would...
what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's when you would attempt to draw a card.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. But... it's oh my god, it is such an absurd card. Like, it almost makes me wonder, like, and so to be fair, it does cost 12 to cast this thing. Like, it is a massive cost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this card as an ultimate will just end the game outright because there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop them. Like,
this is probably the most ultimate card.
No, it definitely is. Like, if this card resolves, like, you just scoop up your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, you check their discard pile, you see how many copies of, like, busted things they have, and then just knowing Jin and all the busted cards that it plays, and the fact that he can literally play every single one of these for free, attack you multiple times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, 'cause he can play stuff that, like, restores durability on his weapon. He has stuff that can reset his weapon and activate it again. Like, Jin's been getting good stuff this set. So,
yeah,
like,
so even better, that card that gives Omni Shroud to your weapon and gives durability counters to it that's already out right now, that card becomes so much better with this because you can now respond with that for free at any point as long as that card resolves. So, like I said, if somebody resolves this card against you, like if they play it and you have no responses to it, this is game over.
Yeah.
And
well, and I do have to point out, it's only cards that are banished that way that you can play for free. So it's not all war.
No, and I get that. But the
Okay.
thing of it is by that point, you're going to burn your life up anyway, and you're going to, like, probably remove the rest of your deck. Like, this is literally, you're going to lose at the end of the turn one way or another.
Yeah, because at that point, Jin's...
Yeah. So, at that point, you just don't care, and you do everything you can. And with all the damage stuff that Jin has, there's almost no way that you're not going to close out that game, because who cares if they have Crystallized Destiny? Who cares if they have, like, some of this other stuff? Like, you just don't care. So, anyway, we could talk about this card forever, but we need to keep moving.
The next card, one of my favorites this week, Legendary Saddle. 0 cost, Norm Regalia, Tamer Accessory. On enter for the rest of the game, ignore elemental requirements of non-advanced element horse cards. You activate. And then you can banish the saddle to draw a card in your memory.
Yeah, boy.
Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more horse allies.
Yeah, boy.
I love this card. This card is so good.
Horse Tribal for the win.
This is an SR too. I just realized that.
Yeah, but it's a Regalia, so you only need one.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's just fun.
Horse Tribal for the win.
Yeah, I'm already cooking. Like this thing is gonna be fun in Pantheon too. But I'm already thinking of first lists. One of the last. We're moving on into the water stuff. The next. I guess we could call them the SR Exalted people. Arduous Floodborn Deacon, 3-cost Water Exalted, unique ally. On enter, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your graveyard. Cards you activate, objects you control, and intents you control have an additional instance of each deluge ability and effect they have.
So this one was really interesting to me. Because there are a couple decent deluge effects that are out, and I know there's a deluge effect that we're gonna get to within these 3. I think it's definitely a potent card, but this card suffers from the water curse of Nullifying Lantern.
Yeah,
because deluge requires you to deluge is however many water cards you have, and if you don't have a color, then you don't have.
I feel. And then a lot of these really resolve around how popular is water this format, and will people be just mainboarding or sideboarding Nullifying Lantern, which they might start sideboarding it more so now with all these, but like who knows? Like people started to sideboard Nullifying Lantern early on in the season, and then I think they kind of just stopped.
We got to see how much Regalia hate and stuff comes out too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really hoping, because like all this water stuff is really cool, but like you said, it's like one card shuts down this whole deck. And it's kind of like annoying. Which is why I kind of like playing Nico, because Nico isn't really affected by the like Nullifying Lantern.
Yep.
But like it is yeah, we'll definitely see. This guy's really cool because I think it copies intents too. So does that mean Avatar Gembu gets his effect twice?
Does he have deluge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is gross. He becomes a 5/10. The next one, 2-cost or liquidation, 2-cost water mage spell. It's slow speed. Deluge 10. If there are 10 or more water element cards in your graveyard, deal 7 damage to target unit.
Yeah.
And my favorite flavor text: drown.
Yeah, again, cool card, water fireball basically, but suffers from Nullifying Lantern. Like this card is dead versus Nullifying Lantern.
This thing is really nice though. Like it's, I don't know. See, I'm still thinking if Nico would play this.
I don't know. You'll have to wait and see how everything kind of pans out.
This next one though is probably one of my favorite water cards this week. Divining Streams, 3-cost water.
Yeah, this one was good.
Fast speed cleric spell. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Put one of them into your graveyard, one on the top of your deck, and one on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then class bonus Floating Memory.
Yep. This is a classic control card. Well, and I say control card because it allows you to set up in more ways than one. So you're getting a float out of this. You're setting up the top card. You're moving a card that's potentially not good to the bottom, and another card to your discard, like because you're milling it. So, if you look at the top cards of your deck, like this is gonna be really good in Water Umbra Alice with the Specters, because let's say I reveal like a float Spectre and a liminal guide and something janky that I don't really need to worry about at that point. Like you literally just set yourself up there. So I really like
Yeah.
this card. I think it is your classic. It's a classic setup card.
I was really excited for this for Nico because like when I saw this, I was at work, so I didn't really get to look at the float,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't see class bonus, and I got kind of sad. But overall, it's a really good card because it's even I think it's good even in Dao Chan.
Yep.
Like it's just a good water cleric.
Oh
card.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be good in Diao Chan too, and in Water Arisana. So,
Yeah, and yeah.
really good
The
card.
next, yeah, the last. Well, I guess I'll do the fourth one too because one of them there was one singular one that got announced.
Oh yeah, the Umbra, the Tristan one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this one is Silver Gale Monstrosity's Call.
This thing is evil.
Yeah, 3-cost Wind Exalted Assassin spell. Prepare 2.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the Umbra one. Sorry.
No, summon a Memorite Obelisk token. If Silver Gale was prepared, move any amount of Sheen counters from your Fracture Memories onto any amount of allies named Memorite Obelisk you control.
This card's all right. It's not anything spectacular. I don't really know if it will see play or not. I do know that when Merlin tends to focus more on the Memorite objects and everything, but I can't say for sure if this will really be, especially as an exalted card, I can't say if it'll really see play.
Yeah. Same here. I don't really know much about Win Merlin, but this next one, though, I think we finally got our Cleric Fantasia trial. 3-cost Radiant Origin of Cleric. Has Omni Shroud. Whenever you recover, put a training counter on Radiant Origin of Cleric. Class bonus, pay for, sacrifice Radiant Origin of Cleric. Level up your champion. Activate this ability if there are 8 or more training counters on Radiant Origin of Cleric.
That's not hard to do at all. Like, especially in Arisana, where you have herbs that can literally heal you for 1.
Yeah. An important note because they were talking about it in the Discord we're in. It seems like even if you recover 0, you're still attempting to recover, so it counts.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be damaged to activate this. The way I grasped it, you can correct me because I know you're a judge as well. But it seems like you don't have to like have damage to activate this. You can just heal yourself like whenever. So
I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Because it's not healing as a cost. Like, so a card like Innervate Agility, as part of the cost, you have to recover that amount. Or you can't activate it. Whereas this is just saying like you need to, activate a card that recovers.
Yeah.
Or you use some kind of recovery. This might get further clarified once the set is out and they release all the erratas and stuff, but that's the way that I see it at the moment.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Like Fern and all them were saying too. This next one, the last thing, it seems like every cleric can use this. I don't know if Alice will ever need this, but I know Dao Chan, I think, has a decent amount of healing, so I think Dao Chan could use this. I'm not exactly sure, but
it'll be hit or miss.
Yeah, kind of makes me wonder, like, if every champions will be able to use the specific like cleric trials. Because like this kind of puts in my mind of like, will all the guardians be able to use the guardian trial? But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on it.
Yeah.
But this one is, I think, Dalton's favorite card this announcement this
Yep.
week. Sasha Purifying Acolyte, 3-cost wind, unique ally, Foster. The first Foster unit we've gotten in a long time, I think. On Foster, banish all cards in graveyards. If one or more cards would enter a player's graveyard while Sasha is fostered, banish them instead. And then she's a zero attack for health unit.
Yeah. She's really, that's a really tough card.
Yeah, this card is insane in Pantheon because of the foster.
Yeah,
game.
if this card hits the board in Pantheon, you instantly become public enemy number 1.
Yeah. Outside of Pantheon, Foster, like this is a good card, a really good card.
Yeah, so this card is outside of Pantheon. Just to kind of speed this along a bit, this card is going to, it's going to be dependent on the foster support that comes in the set, because we do have some cards that can really support this. The problem is that in a standard meta, this card is easily dealt with.
Yeah, I think as someone who's played foster units last season during DTR, my foster never really went off. Like, they see foster, they hit. and they never really delved into killing the unit. They just whacked it once.
Yeah,
And
no,
then-
this is literally one of those units that, like, you don't even want it to sit on the board. Like, you just outright kill it.
Yeah.
It is a kill on sight. So at most, this is going to be a damage sponge
Yeah.
in standard. In
Yeah.
Pantheon, I think it's a very powerful card. It definitely will put a target on your back, though, because nobody wants to have their graveyard fucked with.
Yeah. The last card so far this week, Devise Conspiracy. 1-cost Umbra, Tristan bonus, prepare 2. Your champion's next attack this turn gets +2. If Devise Conspiracy was prepared, until the end of turn, your champion and allies you control named Onimus Shadow gain on champion hit. Banish the top card of that player's deck face down. As long as it's banished, you may play it, ignoring its elemental requirements.
Yeah, this card is disgusting.
Yeah, and it's a fast speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is fucking insane.
This card is dirty. It's definitely underhanded and dirty tricks. Yeah. I can see this making its way into Tristan because, you know, people are already playing the one Tristan to begin with. Now you have a card that can further steal stuff from your opponent.
Can you stack these?
Pretty sure.
That's gross. So much. Shadow Strike about to go crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah. That's a plus
Quick
to
question
your
about
deck.
that foster unit. Does it say all, like, whenever a card enters a it doesn't say target on it, right? Like,
yeah,
target.
Yeah, would enter a player graveyard.
Okay, yeah. So that definitely makes you public enemy number 1 in Pantheon, because
yeah.
that targets the board.
Yeah.
And I
It
think
would
that's
be
all.
funny in Slime Sylvie, and then I think Win Rye
Yeah.
if Rye wasn't so tight on space. I think
Yeah, it's
Rye would
definitely
really,
gonna not be played against certain matchups because all you're gonna do is help them.
Yeah.
But I think that does it for
Yeah.
all the spoilers for
All
this week.
spoilers, yeah.
I know that kind of took us up a bit, like close to. Well, we're definitely over what we wanted to do.
Yeah,
tonight,
we're
but
over an hour, but
yeah, we're gonna steady on a little and finish this out. Unfortunately, Dalton's not here. He had to for those just joining us or those that are listening. He had to leave earlier on the podcast. unfortunately he has to do these things from work, so it kind of if something happens at work, he has to dip out. So unfortunately,
I'm back.
I stand corrected. I guess he's back.
We just resolved the entire critical issue, and it sort of sucked, but we found a bypass for it after we looked through everything. So
This guy's lying. He just went to the bathroom to bypass his bowels. So
yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
that's what this whole thing was about. He's just like, I'm just gonna dip out of here and let them talk about the spoilers, and I'll pop back when it's time for me to talk about things.
No, I was actually listening to the whole thing in my one ear, but as I'm sitting there having 3 phones in my hand trying to go and change up what we're doing to go and figure out what was the problem. And here it was. There was a car accident right down from the facility, so that's why they lost power.
Gotcha.
So,
All right. So, well, I guess since you were so nice to like rejoin us here, we'll start with you with the questionnaire here. Well, it's the same 3 questions in general. Basically, this is our 20th episode, so kind of a big deal for us. We've knocked off another 10 episodes and have plenty more that we look forward to completing down the line. It's also roughly 2 weeks out from the end of the season.
mm-hmm.
We're so close to RDO. I can taste it. The question is, or the questions are about this season. How do you feel your season went? Something that you would want to improve on, something that you thought went really well, and maybe like a hope for RDO forward.
Okay, so the first one was how the season went for me.
Yep.
So I would say a lot of Brick City, building houses on bricks, and there wasn't really a way around that. Outside of that, like, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun attending the Virginia regionals. It gave me an opportunity to find product that is very difficult to find, so I definitely look forward to going there in the future. In regards to improvement overall, I mean, realistically, there's not a ton to improve because I didn't really get to play a ton this format. It's like I had work, I had extra responsibilities, and I just got dumped on a ton of more extra responsibilities. So the amount of time that I'm going to have to play is going to be limited. But I would say I definitely want to improve with CL in the future. I really enjoyed playing Win CL this season. I didn't do the greatest with it, but I still enjoyed playing it, and it was a lot of fun to play. Especially being able to Cyclonic Strike another Senju this season was definitely a good one. And then the future for RDO, I want to. I mean, if I don't really play as much, I want to become a judge.
Oh boy, I'm gonna start the counter for you next.
Yes, Tyler finally got his.
I forget how many attempts he was up to. I think it was like
22.
it was in the 20s.
Yeah,
Is at 22.
Jeez. Oh man. That judge test is rough though, because not only are you timed, but it's also a bunch of like so there's rulings. It's a mixture of rulings and situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the situations that got me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess best of luck to you on your first attempt at that, sir.
I mean, I've already been attempting it. It's just I stopped doing it right at the end of DTR. I didn't do it at all during PTM until last week, where they had done all the updates. And I'm going to be honest with you, the updates actually helped a lot because it gives you feedback in regards to it, and it gives you a little bit more information into like those situational questions.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know that they're working on that. Corey, same questions.
So the first one was, how did my season go?
Yeah.
It went better than last season, I think. Um, I learned a lot about like rulings and timings. I didn't win a whole lot. I had a lot of fun with Nico. I definitely got playing water into this I guess late in the format wasn't the best choice, especially at Virginia, because boy howdy did I get they really sided float hate, and I got, especially against that one game with Tristan, I got absolutely destroyed. But I played it out the best I could. I definitely learned where I wanted to take Nico. I prepared a lot more. Like, I looked at lists, see what I felt matched kind of like the format and like what I was up against. I learned Nico needs a lot of allies. You can't really rely on just her finishers, because with how this game is right now and the shields and whatnot, like it definitely needs some more oomph to it, and I think I found it near the end. Unfortunately, after regional season was over, because we never ended up going to New Jersey, so I never really got to take that deck to Banish Zone, unfortunately. But I had fun. To what I need to improve on, definitely the way timing works in this game, like how the stack works, stuff like that. I cost myself a few matches by not knowing how things work, especially that Rye ruling with Spell Shield. I felt so bad about that because it literally cost me the game. Like, I could have won that match in Virginia, but I misunderstood how the stack worked and I ended up paying for it.
Well, that wasn't so much a stack issue as much as it was a timing thing. Basically, just, and you know this already in hindsight now,
Yeah.
you let the shield resolve, and then you respond to the shield being put on to break the shield.
Yeah. But yeah. And just like paying attention to the board. Like in Banish Zone, I literally ravishing finale with when my opponent had a taunt on the board, and I was just like, now granted I wasn't feeling the best that day, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. Like, I just, Banish Zone was not a good day for me. But
Yeah, it wasn't great for any of us that day, but you know,
yeah,
that
it is
aside.
Like, things I hope for the future, though. I really do want to take Nico forward. I really enjoy that deck. I hope one day she gets a level 3. Um, because that way I can play some of the cooler water stuff that's been coming out. But I'm really hoping for really good Tony support. I really do want to try to take Tony into regionals again. I don't really feel like he's just one step behind where he should be, and it just, unfortunately, with how the game is right now, he's just way too slow. Unfortunately,
Well,
like
we've
if
got
he can get,
spoilers coming.
as we saw in Pantheon, if he can get to where he needs to get, he is a demon. But that's easier said than done in standard.
Well, we got more spoilers to come, and
yeah, 2 more weeks. I think there's 1 more week of spoilers now, right?
yeah, because Ascent LA is where RDO is gonna premiere.
Yeah.
So
Come on, let's pray for Neo's announcements, please. You've been shilling everything else.
well, we don't have much else to really show in this case. I know we've got some of the Umbra stuff, and I think that's it aside from Neo. So
Yeah,
I think we still
Tenjus to show off, but that's about it.
I think we still got a couple of
Yeah, we got Guoja's ult that we need to show off. Tony's ult we need to show off. CL's. I don't know if they're gonna show off Mordred's.
Maybe, and I don't know if Alice gets one either. Like,
she's
well,
getting two. Yeah.
Remember, they said that there's not supposed to be any support on RDO for Mordred because Mordred is meant to be a standalone deck.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's so weird because you would think that he would get an ult or something, but maybe not because I think it's only the level 3s that'll get the ults.
Mm-hmm.
So that means like no Nico, no Polehawk, none of that stuff. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But just so we don't dwell too long, let me rapid fire these questions because my answers are gonna be pretty brief. As far as my season went, I honestly just straight didn't care at all this season. This is the first season since I started playing in DOA Alter that I really did not care about pushing anything. I was more focused on the content side of things and working on the channel and stuff. I honestly just didn't enjoy the season as a whole. Things to improve on. I can't really say if there's anything I do need to improve on, because I didn't really try at all this meta. One of my biggest weaknesses that I definitely would need to improve on though are definitely remembering certain things and certain timings and stuff, because I tend to get lost in the sauce or tend to tunnel on something and completely bypass something important that I was supposed to remember. So I'd say if there was anything to improve on my end, that's where I would need to improve. One of the best things about that I had happen this season, I guess, would be just some of the deck ideas that ended up working out way better than I thought they were, like the water assassin Merlin list, and playing around with water Astra Diana, and like I had a great time with that. I really wish Alice did more. Unfortunately, she kind of didn't do anything. But as far as RDO goes and everything, I'm really looking forward to all this level 3 support and hoping that the game is going to transition more into going to that level 3 or that longer, not longer per se, because you don't want your games to last forever, but at least going to level 3 and using those advanced elements and everything. Because for the longest time, I felt like only so many decks went to advanced element, and it's because they had like zippier, more potent cards. Like look at Crux, for example. Like you go to level 3 and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna double ascension you on a prismatic edge and burn you, draw cards, blah blah blah. Then I'm gonna Pendragon and draw more cards, and then oh look, my influence is 20 now to your 6. GG. So, it's either you face that or you go up against Turbo Dragon, which literally just turbos up and just outright kills you fast, or you play up against a low to the ground strategy that just kind of does the same thing except with, less knowledge and skill. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to in RDO. Is more of this level 3 support and the game actually going in the direction that like I originally fell in love with the game over, which was those advanced elements and the whole RPG aspect of it, of like, you level up your champion, you get stronger, you get these really potent, powerful spells that you get to play, and honestly excited to see how Mordred does. Like that deck looks legitimately fun.
That's fair.
So, but with that aside, just to touch on it briefly, and then we'll wrap things up and get out of here. Ascent LA is not this weekend, the following weekend, so next weekend. That's where we will probably see a good bit of RDO spoilers. That's where we will see, you know, a lot of like information probably regarding Pantheon and everything. So, in terms of the season ending, that is the last. I believe that's the last descent for the season.
Mhm.
So, the question here is, what do you guys think we're gonna see at Ascent LA?
Probably the same old.
If you had to
I
pick,
definitely
like, if you had to pick
Water
three,
Diana is going to be up there.
who?
Yeah.
Water
Water
Diana,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with the cat and everything else. Like, I think that's going to be up there because it's been having an overwhelming amount of performance recently.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Nico too, because I don't think we've had an ascent with the new Proxius Vault card for Nico.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, so because Nico has been doing pretty good at regionals, for like a lot of them. I know Steve's been playing a lot of Nico, and he's been doing really well. So I think Nico will be up there. I don't think she'll be as prominent as probably Water Diana. That deck's a monster right now.
Mm-hmm.
If Superior is going, probably Gumbu. We'll probably see Gumbu up there. Probably the same old dragon, because Siriu. Maybe some Tristan. Tristan didn't do a whole lot this season.
No, it's been kind of kept on the back.
So it might make an appearance if the people aren't citing for it anymore. So we'll see there. But probably other than that, probably just the same old. Like good decks are good, I guess. So
What do you think? So let's turn this question around a bit. So if you had to pick one deck, what do you think is going to win?
I'm going to be biased and say Nico.
Fair.
I really want Nico to win.
I'm going to give a hot take on this one. I want Assassin Mill to win.
Yeah, I know there's an Assassin Mill list rolling around. I think it did well at one of the regionals or a store champs or something.
Yeah. You know what? Hearing that, yeah, CL's been doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we might actually see, like, I don't, depending on if people side deck a lot for CL, which I don't think they will because he hasn't. No, well, though people might be looking at like regionals and whatnot around, but I think CL has a pretty good chance of taking it. Like, because the only reason why he wasn't doing well in the beginning of the season was everyone was preparing for Fu Awakening. So, like, but it doesn't seem like people are really like playing Topsy that much and playing.
Yeah, Topsy kind of fell off really hard.
So, like, I've been looking at side decks and stuff. Not a lot of people have been citing Orb of Sealing. I haven't been seeing Topsy, so I think, thinking back on it, I think CL might take it.
I would be happy with either CL or Diana taking it. I'm not the biggest fan of the whole like mono water build of Diana. I'd much rather see the Astra version do something. But if I had to have a horse in this race and pick only one, I would say I'd like to see CL take it.
So funny. Speaking of Topsy, with how much it has not been played this season, how much do you think Topsy is at right now?
I'm gonna say somewhere between in the ballpark of 20 and 25.
I'm going to say 5.
I'm gonna say $5. $34.
Holy hell!
Shit, I didn't think it was that high. Holy cow.
It's because there's only 9 listings right now.
That's fair enough. Yeah, PTM. People stopped
and-
opening it because of the UR issues.
Yeah, this set's kind of dog shit. They like if we want to think about something. How do we feel about PTM? Yeah, this set kind of dog shit. Like it's not worth buying. There's only 2 shops that have basically 3 play sets among them.
Well, I
Core
can't
has
say it's
2
not
play
worth
sets.
buying. There is going to be a lot of key stuff from here.
Yeah,
that-
it'll gain value later on, but right now, like if you buy a box of PTM,
I'd say wait for Alter.
yeah, I would say like it's like if you don't pull Topsy,
Unless you
or-
want the CSRs, like the Alice's or whatever from this.
like the CSRs are worth it. The CSRs
Yeah,
are
The
nice.
CSRs are great, but like I would definitely wait for, and then so are the Looking Glass sites, and
Yeah,
there's definitely there's reason.
but that's gambling though.
Yeah.
That's the heavy.
No,
gambling.
it is, but at the same time, like the numbers are so low on those cards. Like right now, like I'm happy that I have my foil Lost Providence and everything because I have literally one of like I
what?
think it's like 240.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be money, especially as the
Yeah, so
How much do you think a Hunt Weiss King CSR is going for?
$80.
To happen? Yes, you are correct.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I saw someone selling one for on
Oh.
Merlin's. Yeah,
Although I honestly think that card's underrated.
it is, but I'm saying though, like if you want to collect Alice Chessman CSRs, like if she makes, I would say get them now while they're cheap because
Mhm.
they are probably some of the cheapest SRs in the game right now.
Absolutely. But all right,
Yeah.
well, we're only 30 minutes past what we were trying to do. So, I think with all that information out there, we don't have much else to go on. So, I think we are going to close up shop here and call it a day. And unless you guys got anything else you want to toss in at the end here.
No, I'm just saying I'm looking forward to RDO as more announcements as more leaks get announced. Or spoilers. That's more word. Spoilers get announced. I'm getting more and more excited every day. I'm more happy that I bought a case now because I was a little weary in the beginning there, but now as stuff gets announced, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a nice set. Like a lot of these SRs seem really good.
Yep.
The URs now are starting to look a little bit better. But
Yeah, the set's looking really good.
yeah. I'm hyped for Pantheon. I've been having a lot of fun the last couple Pantheon games that we played. So
Yeah, we have our first. I mean, it's definitely not going to be nowhere near what it's going to be after we have all the stuff. I really think that things will be way more fleshed out at that point. But we have our first Pantheon game up on the channel, so if you guys haven't checked that out yet, please go and check that out. Bear in mind, I did scuff at the end there where I thought Peaceful Reunion targeted everybody, but you know, read the card, understand the card.
yeah, I learned that this season. Goddamn.
But either way, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us and everything. We do appreciate it, and we hope you guys enjoyed listening to the podcast as we do it live. We will be here again next Thursday, same time, same place, doing it live again. So if you enjoyed yourselves, come on out again. Really do appreciate it. And that'll be all for us for tonight. So until next time, guys, have a good evening, and we will see you then. Take care.